What's up, people? It's James Silas.
And it's Oris, the Arsenal fan. This guy's a Man U fan, by the way. Just like I said, I should put it out there. So yes, everybody knows what happens.
Nobody cares about your jersey, bro. Nobody cares. Guys, do you care about this jersey?
Of course. I'm sure the Arsenal fans are like,
Man U fans in the house.
Yes.
Let's see who gets more.
Arsenal.
Who gets more pumped? Who gets more comments? Let's do this.
Exactly. Let's just say, you know what? Arsenal did win that match 3-2. So
whatever.
So once again, we are here to tell you about Arsenal Man U and also to tell you about a few entertainment stories. I think everybody has heard the really big, fantastic, facts, in fact, extraordinary news that finally, after all of these years of thinking that we are great as musicians and we have a movie industry, a big movie industry, we have arrived at the Oscars. Not through the film industry, sadly. Those guys are still trying to get the act together. However, the lady who is popularly known as Tems, has appeared at the Oscars and she is a nominee with, frankly, quite a chance of like winning. Yes. So she's nominated for the Best Original Song category. For people like us, that category has meant I don't know if I would say a lot. It has meant some heartbreak over the years, by the way, because it also meant sometimes when, you know, we are just like, absolutely, this song is the song. As everybody would know, I think 96 or 97. It came at 96, and I think by 97 was when it got the Best Original Song Oscar, which I'm talking, of course, about Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On, which everybody I'm sure knows. So that was, at least for some of us, the introduction into this particular category. I have my own personal beef with it because there's the year Eminem won for Lose Yourself. That's how you know, it won the Best Original Song for the film 8 Mile. And me, I wasn't happy about it, because I felt like the U2 song, The Hands That Beat America, for a film by Martin Scorsese, The Gangs of New York, should have won, but that's my personal beef. Anyway, but yes, Tems has won, and also she hasn't won. Okay, she hasn't won, but of course, if she does win, we're going to come back and cut this part of the whatever and say, you know what, Oris said it. Anyway, yes, so Tems is nominated, and I think it's big fat news. James, what do you think?
Absolutely big fat news, not just for us as just Nigerians. Say okay, Nigerian, is on that list. Also for the fact that it's big news for the music industry and the general entertainment industry. I mean, we're saying or discussing earlier when we were on live radio that Tems had really been on a roll in the past 3 years. It's and always said something that was very important. That it's not just about talent, not just that she did anything special to plug herself in the wait for these accolades. It's just, I mean, for according to always luck. And then I started to buttress and said, okay, can we just say she's just blessed?
She's blessed. Nigerian man.
And like, I mean, it's nothing different from when you said her mother's prayers and oil on her head.
Yes, honestly, yes. I'm Nigerian too, so
that's really
that oil,
the blessing on it, because whoa, I can tell you that if you look at it from the general or the ordinary point of view, I would say, you would think that this kind of nomination is what like a Yemi Alade will get first before any other person.
Why?
No, I'm just saying. Don't forget that when Yemi was on this, the original soundtrack or project of this one that was led by Lion King.
Oh, the Beyonce. No, Black is King thing. No, now. But,
no, I'm just saying that ordinarily, you think that some people that would just,
you said ordinarily. I disagree. What is Yemi Alade doing in any?
No.
How many edits has she won?
That's for. I'm just saying generally. Even with the music, with people getting us nomination at the Grammys and all those things, you think that Yemi Alade should have gotten all the market gotten?
I'm surprised because this one has not told me what it means.
Look, let me this is what it means basically. I'm not saying that. So this is somebody who's been doing a lot of international shows, a lot of, even with collaborations, like a lot of our moves have been heavy outside of Nigeria.
Yes, but it's heavy outside Nigeria, mostly for Francophone Africa and maybe France. But that's about it now. But France and the US, they're almost like, I mean, how many times have won the French films actually even won the best international Oscar category at the Oscars.
Mm,
No, I no agree.
You just think that she would have gotten that kind of shot.
We don't agree.
That's what I think.
What I think is that because on the same, by the way, using the Oyemela connection, though the two projects that are featured, maybe we would say more than one Nigerian artist that have been really big projects the world over, have been Lion King and this and the Wakanda Forever sequel, the Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther sequel. Both of them have Yemi Alade, I think. Look, this one doesn't have. This one doesn't have. But okay, but both of them have Burna Boy, who, in my own view, probably is the person who I would have said James would be thinking about. Okay, maybe this person who should have gotten there, although he has a couple of nominations and they win. But I said it earlier on radio as well that the fact of the matter is that on the Black Panther soundtrack, the superior song is the Burna Boy song alone. It's, in my own view, much better than the Rihanna song, which if it wasn't because one is Rihanna and two, she had been out for circulation for like a long time. Even with that, to be honest, you don't hear the song played a lot. Even you play, you're like, okay, it's important for what it is, but there's nothing else, to be honest, to me at least, in that song. So when I said she's lucky or she's blessed, as James has put it, it's really about, okay, there are people who probably deserve this thing more on the level of artistic quality. Because like I said, the Burna Boy song is superior and it's also Nigerian as well, but somehow everything kind of over the past few years, things have just been aligning for Tems to the extent that she can even tweet that she's the GOAT. I don't understand how Tems is the GOAT, but okay. Anyway, so I think she's gotten this nomination. Big deal. I don't know how much of this is good for Nigeria per se.
So, Oris, I mean, good for Nigeria is basically the entertainment industry. People, Afrobeat, the rise of, in quotes, Afrobeat that's actually...
Yeah, but remember, it's not technically not our song. It's like an Oyibo song.
Yeah, but I mean, the lady or the writer that has, I mean, Tems represents this, the crop of, or this day and time of our music.
Tems represents herself, but it's okay. We'll claim it.
So, I was going to ask, let's go back to the word GOAT, that she's greatest of all time.
Yes.
To say, like, what would you say are the ways we can measure somebody who's the greatest of a particular era or period?
Okay.
I mean, will it just be because is it about achievements in the craft, or like how would you term, or why would you say Tems should not be mentioned? No, the GOAT and one of the greatest of all time. So let's not say the GOAT, because
she said she's the GOAT now. Like, how you know you are the GOAT is if other GOATs are like reaching out to you, and I think this was
okay. So how do we determine?
To my mind,
why not Tems?
Why not Tems? Two reasons, and two broad reasons. One, I don't think that she's good at what she does. I just don't think she's great. By that I mean that I have not heard a Tems song that I felt, okay, from top to bottom, this is like a well-written classic. Like, the entire thing is just like incredible. Really good songs, but I don't know if I know a single Tems song that will use the word great. I know a few Burna Boy songs that I would say, this is a great song. I know Asha songs, in fact Asha albums that I would say are great. I don't think the same thing about Tems. One. Two, so that's a quality conversation, by the way. I'm not so sure that she has quality, but not on the level of, not great quality, not yet. Then the other thing is quantity. Tems doesn't have enough songs to be considered a GOAT. Now, some people have one single album, and if they say, I'm the GOAT, you'll be like, you the Chris, but I hear you. I don't think there's a single Tems album that anybody will call a classic. Not even a classic of the Altair, which is where she came from. I don't think she even has a classic Altair album. Nigeria, we have a handful of classics, to be honest. There's no Tems songs or project that belongs in that category. So quality and quantity are the ways I think you.
Where would you place her in terms of the impact of even the few songs that she has done, even with the people she has worked with, impact generally of what she's done in this short time?
So the thing is, I don't know. The thing about talking about things like impact is, how do you qualify impact? What exactly is impact?
So
wait. If impact is popularity, besides Essence, I don't think there's any Tems song that has been super popular. Honest, not even Rebel, which was the one I think a breakout song for us in Nigeria here. So Rebel is a hit among a certain type of people, maybe me and you and certain kinds of people, you know. But I don't think it was like a everybody knows this song kind of level. Even the other one, Try Me, which probably is the next, is the one after Bieber that really was big as well. So I don't think that in terms of impact, it's more about what's happening internationally. And like I said, that's why I say the lady is blessed, because people have also done like international projects, like the same thing that she's on. Like I just said, this exact Wakanda Forever soundtrack, there's a Burna Boy song there that's like, in my own view, a great song. I don't think Lift Me Up, I think that's the one with the Rihanna song. It's a great song. So impact is like, okay, we are Nigerians. She has gotten into international scene a bunch of times, had the thing with Future and Drake, has Snub asking her for a collab, getting on the Oscars. So in a certain sense, that is an important thing. But to take all of that and see you at the GOAT, I beg, auntie, calm down. So Tiwa Savage probably has a more claim to being GOAT.
Yeah, but has she gotten the same kind of ambition that Tems got in this short time?
This is kind of so this kind of the problem with these things, that you know, is that when the people enter, all of our own personal metrics of deciding stuff just goes out of the window. So clearly, there's no, I can't argue that one. I would say no, of course. But
who else? I mean, which other female artist has gotten this level of?
Nobody has ever gotten nominated for the Oscars before. That was homegrown. Who was nominated for the Grammys? Okay, the Drake and Future song, right?
Not just that one, even with Whiskey.
Was that still nominated? Okay,
Yeah.
It was. Sure. But look at that, right? None of these songs is a Tems song. She's a featured artist.
Yeah, but she's also featured in Waiting. She was.
There's a Burna Boy here. Let's not forget the Burna Boy.
No. We just I'm sure she was.
Okay, like female
same
GOAT?
from the female, yeah.
Okay.
From female perspective.
No. There's nobody. No other person has gotten all of those. But that's not enough now.
That's right. No,
Guys,
you've answered the questions. Don't worry. If you cannot give me somebody else, then that's it.
This guy, I hate her.
Next story.
All right, yeah. So still a hater, but I'll let it go. Yeah. So the other thing, of course, the bigger news from this Tems nomination is the nominations themselves. It's finally out. I think on 23rd of January is when it came out, at least in the US. Yeah. So people, of course, as always, whenever a big awards, whatever, even a small awards makes known their list, they were like, why is this person not there? Why is this person not there? You know, why you? You know. So I think generally this awards has been, in my own view, quite okay. But of course, naturally, people are like, nah, lie, this thing should have been there. And I think one of the persons people have said should have been nominated is Viola Davis. For the Woman King, the story about the Dahomey Agoje warriors, the female.
Have you seen that movie?
Group. No, I haven't.
Okay, so I think you should actually.
Yes, and it's part of it is kind of it's part of the reason why I haven't seen it. Of course, I haven't had the time. I've kind of been here and there, but also because I'm not strongly. I don't look at it. I don't think of films like that strongly. I'm not eager to see them. There's a smaller film. In fact, probably has Viola Davis's breakout role, I think, from 2016, 2014. A while ago, though, called Doubt, which has Viola Davis in a small role, and has Mary Streep too, and what's his name, the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman. Viola Davis has a very small scene that was just like an incredible scene where she's complaining about something with regards to her son, who apparently is gay. Anyway, you should see the film, by the way, Doubts, directed by John Patrick Shanley, I think. Fantastic. That film is a film that I would have been struggling to go and see, you know, by force. This action film, women trying to shoot everybody or whatever it is, to be honest, I don't really care about these action films, to be honest. So, me, personally, I'm fine that they did not nominate Viola Davis, certainly not for that film. I don't think the Oscars are not historically very amenable towards action films. I'm sure the reason why there's some people who are saying this is because, well, black story, you know, and black woman leads, plus the fact of the issues with Hollywood and their historical refusal to back projects that have like a black lead in front, and even like a very black story, like an African story, which is with this is, you know, that doesn't really involve some kind of white savior character or some kind of bad white man or something. That's kind of like the 12 Years a Slave kind of thing, where they had Michael Fassbender as like a slave driver, as a slave master or something. Anyway, this is not that kind of a film, so that's also why people are like, you know what, it would have been good if the Oscars has recognized this film. So that politics I hear, but I don't like the one about because you are a prominent female black actor in Hollywood, automatically you do any film and the film should get to the Oscars, even if you're Viola Davis. I never ever will buy that argument. So that's why I'm just like, me, I'm fine. I have no problem with it, but people will talk.
I think the funny thing, or what always happens, is the media and how they sort of quote the story or quote the headlines. You know, just saying that she was not sometimes. I'm wondering, okay, if a lot of entries, these academy gets a lot of entry, and the academy will actually end up choosing or picking what they require to be the 5 best or 5 top entries to make the nominations. Do you understand? Some of them, yeah, depending on the category. I mean, so but if Viola Davis doesn't make the cut by virtue of their screening and whatever, I don't feel like that's actually snubbing. If other ones actually did better or were better than however they judge it.
However they judge it, yeah. But you're right. I mean,
the media just sort of makes it a big deal and say, oh, she was snubbed, and they give it this fancy, you know, headlines that makes it somewhat offensive to the fans or people who are
fair, but again, they're stating what people are talking about in their houses. I can tell you, for instance,
I've seen that movie, for instance. Do you understand? Yeah. And I thought it was okay. I thought it was cool. I mean, it's for people who read or who know the story. You just say, oh, okay, you know. But I didn't really think it was way. I mean, I feel like Viola has done better movies, like you were mentioning just now. And I don't think this one is like that Oscar one. It is not. It's
not an Oscar film. You know, it doesn't even have that Oscar gravitas. You know, because there are films actually that people make specifically because they want to go and win or get nominated for the Oscars. There are films like that, very very clear. There's a film, Blonde, by my goodness, I can't remember his director's name. Someone that comes to mind anyway. But it's nominated, but it's nominated in the Best Actress category for Ana de Armas.
Yes.
You know, and you know for a fact that the reason why Anna, in fact, she probably alluded to it. She didn't say it directly, I think, in an interview with Deadline or something. I think it's Hollywood Reporter. Anyway, she said something about the role, about trusting the director to like deliver. And me usually, I'm like, okay, I know clearly. All this one you're saying is just speech. We know you did this film because the Marilyn Monroe biopic, because you know or you think it will get you to the Oscars.
Yes.
It worked out perfectly for her. Viola Davis in Woman King is a film that was made to be like commercial, to make Hollywood see that, oh, you know what, you could have black female actresses or a black story and it will do well, and it did well commercially.
Yeah.
That for me is their Oscar. Let me take that money as their Oscars. It is not a film that is crafted. It's not. If you follow the Oscars for years, The Woman King is not the kind of film that gets into the Oscars like that. I know people like to bring out things like Gladiator, but please, these things are not in the same category, to be honest.
Okay.
So, yeah.
From Hollywood, let's come back to Nollywood.
Yes. We are talking about acting and talking about films that have received some kind of noise online. I think the series, although to be honest, personal gist, I think this thing was supposed to be a film, and somewhere within the director and the producers and Netflix, it became
follow the money.
It became a series. Shanty Town, which I'm sure everybody has heard about. Incredible buzz online for days. Chidi Mokeme was trending, and I mean, for some of us who are not, who are kind of, I mean, I like Chidi Mokeme and I've been watching him since I was a kid. I felt like when I heard this gist, people were surprised about his performances and everything. I was like, wait, somehow it looks to me like what's something that happened here. People have not seen this guy in what I think is a way better film, a film called 76, released in 2016.
Yeah.
Chidi Mokeme, Rita Dominic, and Ramsey Noah. Like,
I think it was directed by, is it Kule Afolayan or who directed that movie?
Izo Ojukwu.
Is okay, yes.
Now that film, if anybody has seen it, will understand that, you know what, Chidi Mokeme is a fantastic actor. I think back in the day, when in the 90s, 2000s, when Chidi Mokeme was still very popular in Nollywood, at least old Nollywood, and I say we, of course I was a kid, so I should not be putting myself in this category, but let's just say it, the industry didn't really think of Chidi Mokeme as a great actor. He was a very good looking guy. It's kind of like Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt. Very good looking guys. But you never really consider when they're talking about the Oscars about who's going to get them, who's going to win, because I just feel like this one a fine boy, they don't even get into these things. But if you had seen 76, I saw 76 and I was like stunned, like wait, so somehow I had no idea this guy was great, but he was great. You get? So when this Shanty Town came out and he was, it was on a certain level, it was expected, at least for me. On the other, I was like, wait, that means people did not see 76. If you saw that 76, you would know that this guy actually has it. Unfortunately, the series itself, really, because it's really unfortunate, because they had ingredients really that could have made this like an incredible production. Yeah. But this carelessness, absolute carelessness of Nigerian filmmakers that just bothers me sometimes, is kind of like the reason why I think it just doesn't live up to Chidi's level. It's like Chidi's acting like in an Oscar win, an Oscar best picture film. Everybody else, the script and everything belongs to like an Asaba production. That's how much difference between what Chidi is doing and what the film itself is trying to do, And to be honest, I see the good intentions. And this is that's the tricky part about some of these things. Like I see that they got Jonathan Covell, a South African director, DOP, cinematographer, who is really, really excellent. And for anybody who's watching this who cares about like African cinema and stuff, you should see two films: So the Winter to My Skin and Of Good Report, both of them by a director called Jamil XT Quebecer. He's South African. And see the work of Jonathan Covell on these productions. The way he holds the camera. Just see it, Then watch Citation. I think he did Swallow as well for Kunle Afolayan. I think those two films he did for Kunle Afolayan. Then watch Shanty Town, which by the way,
I've seen him on one of Mildred Okoye's, if I'm not mistaken, Okoye's production, like a pilot. He was supposed to shoot an actual film at that time, but I don't know if because I didn't get to see that movie eventually. Yeah, I don't know. But I think he was one I saw on the set. For that particular production.
Oh, on the set, okay.
Yes, he was the DOP as well.
Was DOP, okay, so cool. So if I'm not that mistaken, one, so I don't know that project. Maybe and it didn't come out as it didn't come out. But yes, but if you see Citation, I think it's Swallow as well. Both of them by Kunle Afolayan. Just see the film, find these films like South Africans I just said, Of Good Report and So the Return to My Skin, and compare it to what Jonathan Covell does too with Kunle. You kind of see that there's a difference between a director who is like kind of like a maverick, which is what I think of the South African guy as. He's just like a super visual, intelligent guy, and compare him to what they're using him to do in Nigeria. So I think he's making a lot of money, by the way, on Nigerian productions because he only works. I think he's seen him mostly with Netflix films, But his actual greatness is more perceivable if you see him work with the South Africans. So in my own view, doesn't get up to it.
Let's look at two things on this Shanty thing. I mean, there's the aspect of the cinematography, which we agree is
quite
fantastic.
Good, yeah.
So maybe it might be beyond two, but so there's the acting, there's the cast in terms of how they interpreted the script, the roles and stuff, and then there's the visual effects.
Oh yes,
because I feel like
makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think because I really feel like for the acting on the cast, it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't. It was fantastic. But
fantastic. Wait, I want to argue that, not argue that person. I want to say that Chidi Mokeme and RM. Chidi Mokeme is like 100. RM is somewhere around 70 to 80, which is still an A anyway. That's fine. I don't think that Ini, Nancy, and even sometimes Inse, I don't think that they hit it absolutely.
So I think they did, because I see what you're saying, where you're going to with, especially with Nancy, for instance. Nancy played like a dumb blonde. In her character was supposed to be the dumb, because
she was a dumb blonde.
Oh, that's what I thought again, she did. She was in that movie.
So think about it. How can you be a dumb blonde and she has that role, that scene where she first meets the Mr. P character.
Yeah.
and she's trying to impress him by doing like, and she's giving names of like that's the bartending thing.
You will see
How
that,
does that mix?
her role, her
Yes.
character was interprets or sees a girl who got into a situation by not by choice. Actually, she was supposed to be from a good home whose father, I don't know what the father was doing, but now became indebted to Scar.
Scar.
So you can
That's
see,
Chidi Mokeme's character.
yes, she did, yes. So she was supposed to be a good girl who is actually naive. Look at how could she have believed the fact that she would not take 500k and go and give Scar, and Scar would just, and then see the way the approach, the language, and take and give, and then because she actually had interest in being a mixologist, you know, she was talented in those things, you know, and not just people who sell paraga kind of mix. Do you understand? Which was why she was able to impress a supposedly elite Femi.
Femi.
Do you understand? With her drink.
Femi is the Mr. P character.
Yes. So I actually think she was dumb blonde in terms. No, so not just no disrespect for blonde. I'm not supposed to say dumb blonde, but I mean she was supposed to be like a naive girl.
A naive
but
girl.
so that was what she was playing. That was the character she was playing, because you can see she was very rich. Her thinking, you'll be wondering, like, you stupid.
So are you
dumb?
saying that Nancy
you know,
was she,
character?
Yeah. Are you saying that she played the character effectively? That's what you're saying.
Yes, that's why I thought that's the character she was supposed to play.
Yeah, so good. So what
Now let's bring it back. Sorry,
no, that's fine.
Let's bring it back to Ini now. I liked the plot twist in his
don't say it,
part.
but don't come and say the plot twist here.
Oh, what am I supposed to say?
No,
I like the story twist in terms of how, you remember at the beginning where she and her twin was shot and they escaped
Was it
with the mom, and then see how
I feel like
when she came back from prison.
I'm not sure that we're supposed to. Yeah, but that's fine. But keep going.
Okay, so but I'm just trying. That's why I said plot twist. But you know, said so maybe you know better about the phrase plot twist, because I just felt like something changed there, and then if you didn't know, you now realize that because when I was watching, I was wondering, she came back, and then until they now took us back to where you know, how the character was now mixed up, and that role actually reminded me of onion glass. What's it?
Yeah.
Remember
the Nice House sequel? Glass onion.
Remember that glass onion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember what that part?
I know what you're talking about.
So that was what.
Don't go and spoil it here.
That's what that particular part reminded me of. You know. So I also feel like but there was something different, and it wasn't easy to actually understand with the way which was why I felt like the suspense in that part, or that character in his character as well, was not bad at all. Was done well, because you actually have to pay attention. Some people, I feel like,
but give me, who were the fantastic actors in your view?
Oh, no doubt, Scar, played by Chidi Mokeme.
100%,
No doubt, 100%.
That one.
I'm also going to give it to Nancy.
Okay.
Her role as a naive.
Give me a score.
Girl. Do you understand?
Give me a score.
For Nancy, I'll give her 8. For
80.
8. Okay, should I do by percentage?
100.
Or 10? Okay, 100. I'll give her 80%. Really,
right.
I feel like she interpreted it really well.
Right.
Chidi Mokeme.
You already said Chidi Mokeme.
Okay. Fantastic. You know, I felt like he was. And then I feel like Ini played her role very well. Ini played her role, and I'll give Ini 80 as well for her role.
RMD.
No, RMD. So no disrespect. For when you call people, like, if I want to rate somebody like RMD, I have to be careful by rate. You know, in the way I want. I feel like his character. Let me tell you, I feel like I'm not trying to.
No, I said I don't agree that whether you want to, where you have to be careful about it. Just give a number. He's an actor.
Yes.
You get a number.
Particular character in this particular production, in this.
It's not character. How did he play the character? How effective was it?
No, that's something. Calm down now.
I just like
Okay, I'll give RMD the character. The way he interpreted this character, I'll give him 60. There was something.
Good. So, Mr. P.
Mr. P, I'll give 50%, really. Just 50%. I'll give 80 already.
Okay.
For her role.
Okay, true.
You know, so I'll give her 80 for her role.
I think that's the major one.
These are the major characters.
Anyway, me, I give what's his name? Chidi 100. Everybody else is around like 70 to 45, which is Mr. P is 45 or 37. Anyway, but yeah. Our last story for today is specifically for James, because this is I mean, it's all of our industry, to be honest, but this is really James. And I'll phrase it very, very succinctly. James, Justin Bieber sold his catalog for $200 million. And as everybody knows, Bieber probably still in his 20s, I think.
Yeah.
Should he be doing this?
So this it raises really concern. But one of the things that, let me not be too forward. I've not read the core details of this particular story, but at least the major thing that we know is that he sold his catalog for.
That is all the story you need to know. James was supposed to do this is politics again. Answer the question.
I feel like if we know the details, then we'll know whether, because sometimes you can
Which detail
sell.
that you looking
Let me
for,
tell you, you can sell for a period of for
no,
it's
not period of time. He sold the entire thing. Hypnosis, the company, or hypnosis. I don't know pronunciation of that word.
One of those companies.
They have been buying people's catalogs since. So I don't know why we are now assuming that because it's Bieber is different. It's the same. They bought his catalog.
For 200 million. First of all, let's not rule out the fact that the guy had earned a lot of money from that very catalog, and so 200 million for life. If it is for life, Oris, we have to be sure that catalog was sold for life. If it was for life, I'll question it. I would be like, So we also have to go back. The people that bought catalogs, let's say Elvis Presley's catalog or Michael Jackson's catalog, how much did they sell for?
I don't think Michael has sold. I don't know about Elvis, but I think
I don't so well,
there was a thing about Antona selling out for 320 or something a few years ago. I can't remember now, but 320. There's a gist about Bob Dylan as well. I don't know if he's finally sold his as well. I can't remember now.
So if he has sold to a certain part, or maybe he sold all the ones that he has put out, because Bieber actually has recorded a couple of hits. Like his catalog has to be impressive. But for 200 million, I feel like it's small. I don't know why. I don't know who made the decision. I don't know how they got to this point of selling, why he needed to sell his catalog, what is going on. I just feel like it's too early in his career for him to sell his catalog.
You know, he has that thing where they said that he might not be able to perform. He cancelled shows last year.
Yes.
Because he has something wrong with his face or something.
Yes.
So trying to recover.
Yes.
So if you heard that thing which prevents him from performing live, would you think it was a good idea to sell at this stage?
No, I don't think so.
No, but okay, so what's your issue? Is it too early or is it too small?
I feel like it's too small. I feel like it's also
you think you have gotten more money?
That's what I thought. That's why I thought that he would have gotten more money. And I don't know why is he selling right. Look, I mean, I'm just thinking about somebody on his level. Should I say Selena Gomez, for instance? If Selena Gomez was selling her catalog, would she sell for 200 million? And I'm just thinking he has a lot of hits, baby, those a lot of hit records, even with the collaborations and I don't know, other songs that he has done, collaborations and stuff. I just don't know whether 200 million was a good price for him to $12 million. No matter how, it's a lot of money, no doubt, but I don't know if it's enough.
Because think about it. That for his guy can live on that money until he's 102.
Bro, that's what we thought. Okay, I mean, we cannot compare the prices, but you heard what happened to Usain Bolt and his savings.
He lost $12 million. So, and he's an athlete. Those people have a three-year lifespan anyway.
Well, so I'm just saying that money still, no matter how, he's not going to sit down and spend that money all his life or something. I'm sure he will want to invest. He'll put some part. But
exactly. So why is that not a good idea?
I don't know if 200 million. I just felt like it was. How did
what
they
figure?
arrive at this?
What figure would you have said?
Maybe 500 million. Maybe 500 million. I mean, I don't see. Even we can say, okay, well, let's not compare and stuff, but I don't see Kanye selling his catalog for anything less than 1 billion.
No, but Kanye has a lot more, than a lot more years, a lot more classics than what's his name?
Over time, right?
And Bieber, yeah.
Yeah, but
also
check his age now. Do you understand? Bieber is still in his hair, and then Bieber will still keep making records anyway. So maybe he might catch up. I don't know, but I just feel like 200 million. Right, we are 200 million, like 167 million pounds or something. I just be thinking that I don't know. I feel like he probably would have. Why did he need to sell his catalog at this time?
Maybe the thing, like I said, this thing that he has, maybe it went to him from singing. He said he cannot perform live, as he said. That's why he's canceling those shows.
Shouldn't that be the more reason why you shouldn't sell off that catalog already? Because he said, okay, what happens next?
No, because you have 200 million. That's a lot of money. If you won't put it in a fixed investment, that's whatever it is can be fine enough for him to live per year until the end of time.
Well, true. And then I feel like you give out. Look at this is also somebody who's calling off or cancelling. Should I say cancelling or calling off the deal he has with what's her name? Is it Burberry? Which of the?
No, it's not Burberry. Is it the people that
the clothes that were
the
released?
clothes that he said that the people should not
Yeah, that
purchase.
people should not purchase. You understand?
But it didn't
Just
cancel
kind
the
of
show. He
moves.
just felt like, you know what, he doesn't like the designs. I think that was the problem at that one. Or he didn't approve them.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think the deal has been cancelled. I think it was just like one of those tension between the company and like the individual. Yeah. So of course, not like Kanye where you know that of course Nike and Adidas say, you know what, Oga, we are not doing it again. Oga, sorry, the Gap have said
Yeah.
we are not doing it again. So that's not. I don't think that's the case. I don't know, but I don't think that's the case with Justin. So, and of course, anyway, he's still famous. He has a name, so he might still be able to make a lot of money. And what he has, 200 bros. Let's face it.
Stop converting. Stop converting. Stop converting. That's the problem. Stop converting.
Okay, sorry, I'm telling you something else. As Jason Ojoko, the founder of Miracle TV, said after $1 million, everything else after that is vanity, according to him. So this guy has 200. After that, maybe his cut might be up to 100, or maybe up to $70-something million. Bros, I can't lie. Just thinking about that money alone, my heart is beating. So I get it. I think we have come to the end of this episode.
We definitely have come to the end.
I need to say that if Bieber watches this, we would like 0.00% of that.
0.00 is nothing out. Can you put 0.01? At least put something.
0.001. Thank you very much. You're right. Exactly. Of whatever that thing
something
is.
Like
We
love you. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have sense. I swear you made a good decision by selling this thing for $200 million. I appreciate
it. Thank you very much. Yeah, because as it stands here over here, we are trying to figure out how to make our own fraction of that money.
And please, for viewers, help us by subscribing.
Exactly, yes, help us.
Not
one way we can do that is by if you subscribe, like, and share.
I mean, I can't wait for us to hit our first 1,000 subscribers,
so that we can monetize that.
Yeah, you know.
All right, guys. Until the next
one.
It is James and it is Oris, and it's our show.